Hey, Morgan, good morning. Early stage crypto companies pulled in more money than ever last year. CB Insights measured blockchain startup funding. That includes any crypto company from NFT startups to decentralized exchanges. Last year, that total grew 718% from a year earlier. That's according to a CB Insights report out this morning. The dollar amount topping $25 billion for the first time ever. And a year earlier, that was around $3 billion. And this was driven by what they call mega rounds. So investments of $100 million or more, those accounted for more than half of total funding. And the biggest rounds, they went to crypto exchanges like FTX, for example, as well as companies focused on NFTs, gaming, and payments. Crypto, guys, is very much a global market, but the U.S. was the leader last year, making up 56% of global funding. And within the U.S., New York coming out as the clear crypto capital last year. New York startups got the most investment dollars, followed by Silicon Valley. Miami and LA were tied for third. Coinbase Ventures was by far the most active firm with 68 investments. China-based AU21 was number two, followed by Andreessen Horowitz. And these tend to be really early stage private companies, but they do give us a picture of what the public markets might look like and some potential IPOs 3 or 5 or even 10 years down the road. But as a part of this boom, some of the so-called Web3 companies and the VCs getting into them, the structure can be slightly different. They are now buying cryptocurrencies associated with the startups in addition to equity. So slightly different structure there. But the value of some of those cryptocurrencies that they might be buying have probably dropped significantly since last year. Smaller tokens tend to move in sympathy with Bitcoin and Ether. Those are both down more than 40% from their highs back in November. Guys.
Kate, it's really fascinating. You got my attention with the New York ranking as number one among those 3, or I guess really 4 cities. And I'm wondering why. Is it because of the talent pool and the fact that you have Wall Street folks and financial folks who have taken to cryptocurrencies as a new asset class? Or is it policies, which I know New York City's been very outspoken about, but then again, so is Miami?
Yeah, that's interesting. That stood out to me as well, Morgan. It seems to be most of the dollars going into New York tend to be the exchanges. So whether it's one of these decentralized exchanges or just what would look like a stock trading brokerage firm. So a lot of them have started in New York. Like you said, the Wall Street talent tends to be there. There's a lot of investment dollars there as well. But it was surprising. I mean, you think of Silicon Valley, it's still number one in terms of overall funding. When it comes to crypto funding, number 2. Miami, despite making a lot of noise about being the crypto capital, number 3, but climbing the ranks. And it does also have to do with policy. You have Eric Adams, trying to frame New York as the crypto capital of the U.S. and having some sort of forward-thinking policies. That's probably not playing into it quite yet, but I mean, a stat like this probably helps them try to continue the trend at this point.